Hello everybody. In this class, I shall be discussing about objectives of government budget. Let us begin. A number of objectives are always there of government budget. Out of all objectives, today I have picked up 6 main objectives for discussion. Proper allocation of resources, then economic growth, economic stability, employment generation, management of public enterprises, and finally economic equality. So one by one I will be discussing. A government always try to reallocate resources through different budgetary policies. Through the budgetary policy, government aims to reallocate resources in accordance with the economic and social priorities of the country. Government can influence allocation of resources in 2 ways. First of all, through tax concession or subsidies to encourage investment. Government can give tax concession subsidies to the producers. Say for example, government discourages the production of harmful consumption goods like liquor, cigarettes, etc. through heavy taxation and encourages the use of khadi products by providing subsidies. Secondly, by directly producing goods and services. If private sector does not take interest, government can directly undertake the production of essential commodities. Okay, so let's move to the next objective. Second objective of government budget is assurance of economic growth. Economic growth has been the main objective of all the societies at all times. Budgetary policy is being used to achieve this goal. The growth rate of a country depends on the rate of savings and investment, and therefore the roles that are assigned to the budgetary policies in this regard are to create conditions for increasing savings and investments, because savings and investment, these are the 2 macroeconomic variables which can boost up the economic growth of a country, which is very important for a country like ours. Another important objective is economic stability. Economic stability is one of the important objectives of budgetary policy of any government. The policy of surplus or deficit budgeting is adopted as and when the government is required to control inflation and deflation. During the period of depression, the government adopts the policy of deficit budgeting. Under this policy, the government needs to increase its spending and cut down its taxation. These fiscal measures help in boosting up the aggregate demand in the economy. On the other hand, during the period of inflation, the government adopts the policy of surplus budgeting. Under this policy, the government is required to increase the taxation and cut down its spending with a view to control the excessive rise in aggregate demand. Thus, government tries to control business fluctuations and maintain stability through budgetary techniques. Generation of employment. This objective is very important where there is huge unemployment, particularly for the developing countries like India, because we can witness huge unemployment in our country. Generation of employment has always been one of the main objectives of government budgetary policy. In this regard, government needs to promote labor absorbing technology, public work programs like construction of roads, dams, canals and bridges, and to undertake employment specific projects. Management of public enterprises. There are large number of public sector industries, especially natural monopolies, which are established and managed for social welfare of the public. Budget is prepared with the objective of making various provisions for managing such enterprises and providing them financial help. Natural monopoly exists when a single firm can produce goods and services of a cost which is lower than that of many competing firms. Government operates, manages and controls natural monopolies like railways, post offices, electricity, etc. to promote public welfare. Let us move to the next slide. Another important objective is economic equality or economic justice. Economic disparity is inherent in any economic system. Economic disparity beyond a level is socially, economically and politically undesirable. Therefore, economic disparity needs to be curbed to its socially acceptable level. In an economy, fiscal policy is a powerful instrument to reduce economic disparities. Both taxation and expenditure measures are used to reduce the income and wealth gaps between the rich and the poor classes. With this, we came to the end of this present lecture session. Thank you so much. Have a good time.